So y'all know I'm always into something. I've been wanting me a school bus for a while. Just so happened they towed some in up here to the tow yard to scrap. I said, man, I said, this thing runs, so you got a little miss in it. The little front end needs some work on it right here. But I want to make me a race car hauler out of it. About that much of it'll be, as you can see right there. I'll cut it off right there, and everything back will be for a race car. So I gotta take it about right here, shorten it, maybe make it a little bit longer, but make it where I can fit a race car on the back of it from that slant up like a wedge strut. We're gonna see if we can jump this thing off, see if I can drive it home real quick, get it out of their way. They're gonna get me a title for it. And I gotta put 2 back tires on it, 2 of the inside tires. But it's a start. It's running. See if it's building any air. Oh, we got air. Huh. I don't know how to shut the door on this thing. It's terrible, ain't it? Oh, we'll figure it out though. Oh, right here. Oh. Push and close. Oh, it ain't closing. Oh, well, let's drive it home. Well, there's a big X on the window. She ain't too bad. She got a little miss in the motor. I can see the black smoke rolling out of it. I'm trying to figure out why it's got a little miss, but hell, it don't really drive that bad, to tell you the truth. 2008 Chevrolet Silverado, 5.3 liter. Got a little shake here from a DOD on misfire on cylinder number 4. We're going to go through and take it up here, do a DOD job on it, and in the next video we'll see how much the miles per gallon pick up next week when I get the job done. Because right now, like I said, she ain't getting too good a fuel mileage, but she will after I do the lead on it. Me and Big Caden coming out here today. Got all these bolts out of these seats. Now we're getting them out so we can haul them off tomorrow. Oh, let me grab it, son. Doing all right. Coming out pretty good. Oh, Jeep don't care. That big old sucker. So I was gonna do some trading on this boat with Jason, but I ended up, I just ain't got time for a boat right now. I've tried to get time to get out there to work on it and all that. It don't have the right, I don't have the starter on it. I'm trying to find what starter it needs and what exhaust manifold, what it needs for exhaust manifold. I've just had a hard time trying to find it, plus motivation, plus I just don't have a lot of time right now. So I just got to text him and told him that I was gonna bring it back up there. I just don't really have a lot of time to mess with it right currently, and I just don't. Wish I did, because I want me a boat. I'd love to put me a boat in the water. I just don't have a lot of time for projects with the other projects going on. Damien said I got too many projects. He said between Caden's car, the bus, I don't need a boat. So, and all the other stuff that we do. So I need to finish some things, didn't you, Damien? So I need to get some of these other projects done. So that's what we're going to do. Our bus right there has a decent front end. You gotta go on the inside. We're gonna unload all these chairs, get rid of all the cushions. It ain't impossible to walk around the front. Crawl through the window. We're gonna go through and take all this, these chairs and put them inside here so they can scrap them for metal. And we're gonna put all our, put our front end. Swap with all of them, get some injectors off of them, check them for batteries. See if we can't get us enough stuff to put together a decent bus. So we got the valve cover off this thing. So we got the chairs loaded up inside of it, got the valve cover off. Now I've got the injectors loose, but I'm having a hard time prying them, so I'm gonna pull the rocker arms out of it real quick so I can go through and get a little better access from the pry bar up in there to pop the injectors out. This old bus only had a spot for, or only had 2 batteries in it, I decided to add a third, pick up some of them cables off another bus that was a 24 volt. Figured I'd add it in line, it wouldn't hurt it. We're gonna see if we can get these batteries charged up. If we can, we'll be all right. So we're gonna go through, see what we can do with it. We can stick the old charger on, let it charge for a couple hours. See if they'll charge up, see if we can get this thing running off them batteries by. No, I'll replace all 3 of them with 3 brand new ones. Can't never have too many batteries. Like I said, it'd be good because I definitely don't want to ever be stranded. I tried mixing some distilled water, baking soda, and Epsom salt and putting these to spit it back out of them, and they were bulged, so I said the heck with them. So like I said, the other batteries look good. They look somewhat newer, probably from ancient America, probably old times. So we'll see what they do. See if they take a charge. Said see what the charger's doing over here, clicking in and out. It's clicked off, so they might not take a charge. They might not. So that battery's from 2016, so it's older than hell anyway. So we'll see what we can do with it. We can get a charge in it. Good. If we can't, we gotta replace them anyway. So also got the front end that the corner ain't tore off of. The only thing wrong with this one is one of the mounting pieces was broke. But the rest of that hood looks good. It's got cables up in it and all. So what I did, went through and tore that piece off of the other one. Figure worse comes to worse, I'll have to fiberglass that little mounting piece into that front end and brace it up. Maybe if we have to get it to work. Let me get Kate, I'm gonna get him out here to help me unload it real quick. But at least I got the piece I need. I can always fiberglass it. If it's trouble free, I won't be having to lift the hood on, so it wouldn't even really matter. But at least I got the piece off the other one. I can cut it, lay it up in there fiberglass, to build me a brace on it. Somehow it'll be all right. So we're still working on charging the batteries up on this thing. I'm gonna shorten this thing up to right here. That'll be the back of the bus. So what I measured was off that seam right there, the distance from here, basically the distance from this window back. We're gonna cut the seam. We're gonna go up through there. We're gonna take all the rivets out. We're gonna take the cap off. We're gonna take this corner off. We're gonna get the seam here. We're gonna take it loose, get the back panel out of it. I'll measure and cut this right here accordingly off of that seam. Basically, we'll put that piece of metal in right here. It'll slant down, and the back of the bus should be right here at the public. We'll cut the metal however where we need to cut it. But we're gonna put this thing together in layers so it still looks somewhat factory. So I'm not gonna go in here and cut it and just weld it and grind all that. We're gonna put it on the seams. That way we can seam it back together, and it's gonna look very similar to what it does now. It's just gonna be shorter for our bed in the back. So I ain't never done this, but see, the way I see it is like this piece here. I gotta get that bolt right there, hit rounded. But we'll take this piece off, all the shred, because it already has the shape that we need right here that we can caulk back in. So I don't know how long that piece is, but hopefully that piece is the length we need for this one. Because if that's the case, we can unbolt this piece out, bolt that piece forwards. So we gotta go through. I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna get that piece out. I'm gonna start taking out this panel. I'm not gonna worry about taking these other panels. I'm pretty sure this has insulation on it. Cause me standing here, hold on. Me standing here, that's how tall I am. So my head's touching, it pushes up. I was standing on a bus earlier and I had 2 inches of head clearance when I was standing in the other bus, which is the same model, but it don't have this on it. So I'm pretty sure this is insulation, which is a good thing. I mean, I'm not coming up in this thing to stand in here anyway. I can walk through it just by barely leaning over. I'll show you right here. Let me put this. See right there? That's about how tall my head is. So I just leaned over to get in here, but this thing's just gonna be in here just to sit down in. But I'm pretty sure this is insulation because it don't feel that hot in here. Like it feels like, it don't feel like the roof's getting that hot. The other bus, it just felt like bare metal. It felt different. So figure we'll go in here, we'll pull this piece out. We'll check the distance of this piece from there to there. Hopefully it's the distance that we need here. We just slide it forwards. We'll take this panel out. Go ahead and start taking the roof off of it. We'll unbolt all this back section back here. And we're gonna move that whole section forwards to about right here. So let's go ahead and get that piece pulled out of here and go from. Let me go ahead and hit this. I'm gonna hit this on the edge right here to flatten it back out to get that loose where it rounded off. So it's a little bit longer than what I was planning. I think this one right here is the one I was wanting to be at. So it'll be easy enough to come through here and just cut the edge straight to whatever distance we need and slide it forward, even though I can make that cut anyways. But it's already cut for it. It's already there. So there's no sense in me having to go through and redo it when that cut's already there, you know? So it's already shaped for it. It's easier for me to cut a straight line than it is to shape it. And it'll fit good like that. So we're gonna use that to move it forwards. Even though I wouldn't be against putting the back of the bus right here at the back axle, but I'm really kind of trying to get all the space I can for the rear wheels. But I don't know, we might just go on and make the back of the bus 3 foot longer. I mean, it ain't gonna make Nikki mad. You know what I mean? Like, if this is the back of the bus and this is the center right here in front of the wheels, the back of the bus is right here at the wheels, she ain't gonna be mad about it, because that just gives her another couple feet of space for room for her plans. We'll see. So don't mind my roof. I knew it had insulation in it, so I wanted to go ahead and this section, we're gonna come forwards a little bit with it, but I'm gonna go ahead and start getting all this metal here the side to side out of it. Don't mind my cut, it's about as straight as a Ford guy. And then we got, well, that's about as straight as a Chevrolet guy there. A little straighter than the Ford guy, but still a little crooked. I'm just messing with y'all. But I've already cut the beams here on the side. So, and I've already slid it there, I'm gonna take that whole sidewall out. I'm gonna do the same over here. That way it's manageable, I can move it. Then I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna figure out where my roof's gonna split at and all that. I'm gonna go ahead and get all that cut out. I gotta watch out for my wires. These are my taillight wires and all that stuff. I gotta shorten all that up, which is no problem there. So, but I'm gonna go through and cut through the roof of it. Get the whole roof out of it, the back section out of it, and the side panels off of it. And then I can come back here and take the back here, cut it at the floor, start unbolting these pieces, this piece here, and we're going to use that to bolt it up front where it's still factory, kind of like this little deal here. So that's how we're going to do it. I'm going to go off the window pillar here, the window, and that little piece. So I believe it's going to be right, yeah, I might just do it right here. And just go give Nikki a little bit more room. I might just go right on this seam right here and put the back of it right here across. We'll just move that whole section forwards. We're gonna have to come in here, we're gonna have to split this roof and get, like I said, get all them beams out of here. But like I said, right now, I'm gonna get this side, I'm gonna take that side, then I'll start taking the roof structure out in sections, and then I'll take all this loose and move it forwards. Let's get it all pulled out of here, cut and moved. So I cut it along the floor just to get this piece loose. Get that big part out of my way. I gotta go outside and do a little bit more trimming on the fender well area on both sides, but we're getting there. So there we go. I cut the other side out. Like I said, then we're gonna come over here. We're probably gonna build it off of this. I figure we take them little bits out right there, and we'll use that for the window seal for this front one. So what I'll do, I'll come in here and I'll unbolt this window. I'll take this window out. I'll take this window seal out, and basically that piece right there, hopefully, should bolt to this. Then what we'll do, we'll trim the metal down right here or slide it up in here. I figure we can hit these rivets. We can cut the piece of metal right here, or however far back we need to cut it. For this, we gotta measure this piece, or we can weld that together, it don't matter, for the bend there. So we'll probably just cut it. But what I'll do, we'll locate it off of that bolt there. This is probably, I'll straighten that, cut up some. I'll take this piece, I'll drill the rivets on these pieces and pull them 2 pieces off. But we're gonna slide that section forwards to right here. And basically we'll bolt that back up off that window sill. And that'll give us about that much room. I was gonna go right there on the public, but I think I'm just gonna go right here. And that way I'll make the back of the buster right there. And then I can take these tubs here, so they don't have to be this tall because they ain't gonna have all the weight on it. We'll shorten top of these tubs off, drop them now. Hell, you figure if I make it, if I just cut it and just put a flat piece across it, then I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna leave it. I don't know if I'm gonna leave lowers yet or not. I might do something with this. I wouldn't mind if I flatten off this, even if I come through here with it, or however I do it. If I just come up about, give it a few inches on it there, flatten them off. Then we can pull a car in here. We just gotta make sure that when we put the car in here, we got enough for the front of my car for the lip, 3 inches. So it'll probably come up like 3 inches, like right there. But I could also put a little pedestal here that you pull up on, and that way the front hangs up here. You know what I mean? I could always take it and just come from here, or chop it down just a little bit and run me a little piece here, and then wherever it ends at, it'll be out, we can pull up in the trailer and pull up on it. But then I'm gonna come back here at the back of it and we're gonna turn around and dovetail it down to make it where there's a wedge there, because like I said, I need the back of it from basically that section to that section. I need a straight line with the floor, because I want it to be about as high as the back bumper, if not a little bit lower than the back bumper. I'm gonna drop the bumper on down towards the ground. We'll get there. 7, 8 feet, 8 by 15.
So it's about 15 to the middle back there, and then he said by 8.
What are you gonna do about these steps though right here? You're not gonna finish it all?
Because this right here is gonna be open. This is gonna be for the car. So we only need this part.
If you're gonna do wood, you're gonna have to bring it all up into here and finish this section. So you're gonna need 20 feet, right? So I need to knock out this little section right here with the floor to make it look decent.